continue from where we were left. All right. So today we're going to have a review of some expressions that we use when we give our opinion in how we like or we don't like some things. So here we're going to first listen. We have a video, in fact. We're going to watch the next video and then we're going to answer. It says number the topics in the order. Well, let's just listen to it. And we're going to talk about how to give your own opinion about your own interests. All right, so I will play the video for you. This video. So let's see, they are going to say when you say gustos, in English you say tastes. Tastes son gustos. So we're going to check how to talk about our tastes. And these teenagers have different tastes from their parents. So let's check these videos. Let's watch it.
What music and fashion were your parents into when they were growing up?
My parents? My dad didn't like anything popular when he was young. He's a classical violinist, so he only likes classical music. But Mum was crazy about pop music. I think she still is.
My parents weren't that into music, but they both liked fashion, especially my mum. She followed the latest trends like tight jeans, those dresses with bows everywhere, and shoulder pads. Her wardrobe is still full of them, but she doesn't wear them anymore.
I've no idea. They haven't got any pictures from that time. The photo albums disappeared in a move when I was little. When I asked them about it, they never say. I guess they liked disco since they grew up in the 70s, but they don't admit it.
I'm not sure about my parents, but my grandparents were into the Beatles. My grandma even went to one of their first concerts. She still seems excited when she talks about it.
My parents were both really into Michael Jackson. It's a little embarrassing. My dad still has a copy of the famous White Glove, and my mom can do all of those crazy dance moves. Whenever they play his songs, we just sit back and laugh.
They were into punk music and everything that went with it. The crazy hair, the weird clothes, the makeup. It's really funny to see pictures of them from that time. They look so serious, but they have dyed hair and leather jackets.
What music and fashion were your parents into when they were growing up?
Okay, so I have to say I have different tastes from my family. I don't know you. For example, my parents, but more my dad, he likes the country music. Also my brother, they like this music like corridos. Well, they kind of the northern part of Mexico. Country music of Mexico. And I don't really like this music. I'm more like a rock. I love rock music. Yeah. Okay. I would like to ask you now, Uriel, what's your favorite kind of music?
My favorite kind of music is electronic.
Okay. Nubia, what's your favorite kind of music?
I like rock, but I can listen all kind of music.
Oh, okay, so you're like flexible, right? You're open-minded. Okay, Dante, what's your favorite kind of music?
Um, I like various types of music, but I used to listen more, bueno, no sé cómo se dice, pero como regional mexicano en general.
Ah, okay. Regional sería folk music. That's what I told you. For example, my family, my dad, they like los corridos, todo eso. Eso sí, eso sería como más música country music. Y mariachi o música como más tradicional, folklore, ¿no? Sería folk music. Yeah. Okay. Well, we're going to listen now to the next conversation. We have here some, again, some tastes. You can talk about how you like something using the next expressions. You have, for example, bueno, claro, todos conocemos. I love and I like, right? But there are more ways you can say that you like something. So I would like you to learn them and use them. So one of them, for example, would be I'm into. I'm into means me fascina, right? Is a substitute to love. So if you love something, music or any other kind, so you can say I'm into. The next one is I you could say I am keen on. I'm keen on. Keen on is like un fan, right? Un fan de algo o algo. I'm keen on. Soy fan de. Okay, now we'll check the next one is I am all about. You can say to I am all about. So when you say I'm all about means that soy todo, right? I don't know. I'm all about rock. Okay. Well, you talk about your tastes. So there are more words as you can see. You have like and love, but you have some other options. Then here we're going lower. We're going to talk about when you don't like something. Okay. También puedes decir I'm crazy about. Okay. Bueno, entonces para ir abajo, como para las cosas que no nos gustan, of course you can use all of these in negative, right? You could say, for example, I am not crazy about. I am not all about. I am not keen on. I'm not into. I don't love. I don't like. So obviously when you use the negatives, you mean the opposite. There are other expressions you can use from here. You can say, for example, I don't mind. I don't mind is no me molesta. Okay, I don't mind is not a problem. I don't mind it. It's not a problem. Okay. So it means that you don't love it, but you don't hate it. It's like somewhere between, como tolerable. Ni te gusta, ni lo odias. Okay, let's see. The next one will be, obviously, you can say I don't like, I don't love, but you also have I dislike. I dislike is this disgustar, see, disgustar. So meaning that you hate something. You can also say, of course, I hate, I execrate. Execrate is More than hate, es más que odiar, es como aborrecer, podríamos decir. I don't know if you heard this expression before. I spit on, it's another one. Spit es escupir. Entonces, spit on es como decir, odias tanto algo, no te gusta. Lo odias tanto que es como si le escupieras. I spit on. Okay. So this is how we can tell our own opinion about some things. So as you can see, there are more options than I like and love. Okay, well, now we'll listen to this conversation and I will ask some of you to read it. Okay, and here we go. Let's listen to it.
I like your hair, Ivan.
Thanks. I'm really into the punk look right now. The music, too.
What bands do you listen to?
Well, I'm not crazy about the punk bands today. My mom used to listen to punk music, so I listened to all the bands she liked in the 1970s.
That's cool.
What kind of music do you like?
Well, last year I was all about pop music, but this year I'm not that into it. I listen to a lot of rap these days.
I see. It's funny how interests change. Last year I didn't know what punk music was, and now I'm crazy about it.
So what did you listen to last year?
Rap music. Sorry, Liz, but now I can't stand it.
That's okay.
Okay, so what if, Nubia, can you please be Liz? And Dante, you can be Ivan. So you will read and complete with the phrases as we heard.
Yes. I like your hair, Ivan.
Thanks. I'm really into the punk look right now, the music too.
What bands you listen to?
Well, I'm not crazy about the punk bands today. My mom used to listen to punk music, so I listened to all the bands she liked in the se me olvidó cómo se decía 19.
No worry, 1970s.
Thank you. 1970s.
That's cool.
And what kind of music do you like?
Well, last year I was all about pop music, but this year I'm not into it.
Mhm.
Listen to a lot of rap these days.
I see. It's funny how interests change. Last year, I didn't know what punk music was, and now I can't stand it.
Crazy about. Crazy about it.
So what did you listen to last year?
Rap music. Sorry, Liz, but now I can't stand it.
That's okay.
Okay, thank you so much. So you have here the expressions, right? They're talking about their musical tastes. And here there's an expression that I would like you to pay attention is here. Okay, here Liz says, well, last year I was all about pop music, but this year I'm not that into it. Ya sabemos lo que es into, right? Es como me fascina. Ella lo dice negativo. This year, I'm not that into it. But why the that? Why is she using that? What is the meaning of that in this situation? Well, that we've seen that has a lot of meanings, right? That is como que, right? But in this case, it's different. When you use that, it's like more, it's like very in this case. We could say that similar to very. And it's a very common expression, right? For example, you could say, I am, I don't know, we could say, I am not that, friendly. Okay. So what is the meaning of that in this situation? I'm not very friendly. So in this case, that we have like that is similar to el tan en español, right? Cuando decimos tan, okay? You can also use it in the negative. Is it that important? ¿Es eso tan importante? Is it that important? So yeah, and that it can be translated as the tan in español. All right. Just wanted to show you these examples. Okay, very well. So now we're going to talk about our tastes in different situations. And let's check the next part. So, well, our tastes change with time, right? And the things that we liked, maybe we don't like them anymore. Okay, so here we have tastes and ideas with the music, fashion, and sports and games. Okay, so can you tell me something that you like now and that was different in the past for you? For example, something that you used to like and that now you don't like. For example, something that has changed for me. I would say that in 10 years, I didn't like, I used to hate reggaeton. I used to hate reggaeton very much. Like for me, it was almost like a religion. I was like only into rock and like only listen to reggaeton or anything would make me like very uncomfortable or something, right? So I had an attitude that was too against reggaeton. So I used to hate reggaeton, and now I can stand it. Or aquí la expresión can't stand, que no vimos pero está aquí, right? Significa no lo puedo soportar. I can't stand. So now I could say, I used to hate reggaeton, but now I don't mind it. I even like some songs. Okay, so how about you? Could you tell me, have you changed any tastes? Can you tell me maybe on the chat if you have different tastes now, maybe about the music or maybe about fashion or sports games? Okay, I'm reading your comments. So you say when I was an adolescent, I liked rap music, but now I don't like. I used to hate Mexican banda. Now I like some of the songs. Yeah. Yeah, like I told you, with my kids, I think I'm more open-minded and flexible about music. I've learned like to find good music in every genre. I'm not that close to my ideas or narrow-minded. Okay, very well. Excellent, guys. So we are going to check now, we're going to have a review of the reflexive pronouns. In the next activity, we have, this is a Comic Con, it's called, right? The Comic Con. It's like a kind of a convention, right? Convention es una convención. So this case about comics, I don't know if you've seen, but here in Mexico, for example, there are anime conventions, right? There are furry conventions and, well, different kinds of conventions, right? So there are people that are like they're fans of these things, and they even go to these conventions to find other people that like these things. Okay. So please tell me, are you have you ever been to any kind of convention like this? Like, are you a fan of something and you go to a place where all the people have the same tastes as yours? Have you ever been to a convention about anything?
No, teacher.
No? Okay. Well, I haven't been to a convention like this because, well, I don't really like anime or, you know, or like other things. But yeah, I have some partners that went to, there's the Friki Plaza that is in, well, very close to Palacio de Bellas Artes in Mexico City, and yeah, they got dressed and everything. They were big fans of anime. Yeah. Okay, so here we are going to read this. We're going to read this article and we're going to check, right? It's a blog post about an event. All right. So there are events around the world about anything, right? We're going to read it. I know that it's the words here look very small, se ven un poco pequeños, pero es que aquí también se ve borroso, so I don't know. I think it's better like reading like this. Uriel, can you please help us read the first paragraph of this article?
Yes, teacher. Crazy About Comics by Ryan Campbell. I went to Comic Con International in San Diego by myself last Saturday. It's an event for people who are crazy about comic books. As soon as I got there, I went to a discussion group by comic book writers were talking about their comics as I was leaving the room. I met one of the writers. It was amazing experience because I myself hope to be a comic book writer someday. After that, I met a friend and we bought comic books for yourself. Some people who go to Comic Con dress up as their favorite characters. I used to dress up as Rocket Raccoon, but this year I went as Spider-Man.
Mhm.
Comic Con International is an amazing event. The best thing about this is it is meeting new people with similar interests. Next year, Comic Con International is in July. There are also Comic Con events all over the world.
Very well. Um, Excellent. So here we have this, it's like announcement about a convention of comics, people that like comics. All right. And here we have some things to remember. As you can see in the paragraph, we have myself. And we have some other reflexive pronouns. Okay, so when here in the paragraph, they say, I went to Comic Con International in San Diego by myself. What is the meaning of this, by myself?
Como yo solo.
Exactly. Okay, now we're going to check some, let me see if we have some other ones. Okay, I met a friend and we bought comic books for ourselves, para nosotros. Okay. Very well. So we're going to check on the internet some other events Well, sometimes you can check in Twitter, there are lots of options. Okay. Let's check. So here we have event. There's a website called Eventbrite, and this is about California. Some things you can do in California. Okay. So here, right, in this website, you can find some events. For example, this is a wine fest, un festival de vino. Okay. So it says on Cork del Mar Wine Fest. Let's read it. Okay. Well, some people drinking wine. We're going to read it. So here, just like it mentions in the book, when we write an invitation to an event, we need to include the next elements. So we need to say the name of the event, a brief description of the event, and what you did or saw, your opinion, information about future or similar events. So we check here in the book Comic-Con event. We're going to check this one that is about a real event. And I would like to ask, please, Louis, can you help us read this event? What is it about? Can you help us reading?
Yes, teacher. Join us Saturday, August 19th at the Del Mar Thoroughbred Club and enjoy over
We say
100
thoroughbred.
Thoroughbred Club and enjoy over 100 wines and bubblies from across the globe, plus some outside the bottle options, food trucks, music, live horse races, and more. Continue?
Yes, please.
There are two sections for this event. Early admission, $80 is at 1 p.m. and includes 4 full hours of tasting inside the event space. Entrance to the racetrack for the whole day. Even after the event, a tip sheet from the track and some bonus selection from certain wineries during the first hour. General admission, $65 is at 2 p.m. and also includes admission to the track for the whole day, even after the event ends at 5 p.m. Both tickets include all wine tasting by more than 50 wineries with food sold separately. This event benefits local non-profit urban surf for kinds. Bring your tears and your derby best and come get on court with us at the 4th annual Encore del Mar. This event is 21 and over only. More info can be found at encourewinefestival.com. No refunds.
Okay, no refunds. Refunds sería
Refunds.
devoluciones. Exactly. Okay. So if this event is about wine, you see what we have is the name of the event. We have the date for the event, which is tomorrow. And we have a description, right, of the event, all the information that you need. Okay, so this is going to be in California. Okay, here you can find some other events. Ciudad Juárez too. Well, events everywhere. Okay, so that's how we give information to create an event or, well, in general, just an event for anything. Okay. And here we have the use of the use of the reflexive pronouns. So we have reflexive and we have the emphatic reflexive. For example, you can say myself or I myself. I myself would be like yo mismo. Okay. Yourself, you yourself, tú mismo, right? What is the difference between the reflexive and the emphatic? Sometimes we use it when we want to mention an important person in this sentence, in that the subject of this sentence is important. For example, here it says, I made dinner myself. You see here clearly the difference. Eso quiere decir que yo hice la cena yo mismo. Or you can say by myself, without help. My mother herself, sería como mi madre misma. Okay, why am I using herself? Because here I'm being emphatic, because this is like something important for me that she said it was delicious. Okay, es como algo inesperado, alguien inesperado, entonces decimos my mother herself. So here we have a couple of exercises. Uriel, please help us read number 1 and let's choose the correct option of the reflexive. You can also write in the chat.
Okay. The comic book writer.
In reflexive, we need reflexive.
Herself.
Que sí, puede ser herself o himself, pero en este caso sí dice que es he, entonces.
Himself.
Himself.
Said that he was going to introduce a new character.
Okay, good. Number 2, please, Nubia, help us with the number 2.
Yes, I bought myself 3 new video games.
Excellent, I bought myself. Okay, so the difference here is an emphatic reflexive, because you say himself, el escritor mismo, right? So here's when I'm giving the emphasis to the comic writer, okay, to say that for me, this is the relevant thing that he said that I bought myself. Me compré a mí mismo. Aquí no es un reflexivo enfático. It's just to say that it was for me. Me compré a mí. All right. 3, please, Uriel, help us with number 3.
Lauren and Rafa learn about the problem themselves by reading articles online.
So we see themselves. Yes. Okay, number 4, please, Nubia.
We watched ourselves in the video last night.
Okay, we watch ourselves. Excellent. This is just a reflexive. Nos vimos en un video la noche anterior. Uriel, please, number 5.
You yourself
Mhm.
say that the concert was boring.
Okay, exactly. Very well. Excellent. So these are the reflexive. And as you can see, we can use them to say that we did something. It can be like 3 ways, right? We could have, for example, I did it by myself. Okay. I did it by myself significaría lo hice yo solo. But you could also say I did it for myself, or I did it to myself. Y quiere decir lo hice por mí mismo o me lo hice a mí mismo. I don't know, maybe I hurt my finger. I hurt myself. So here I'm referring that this verb affected the object, which is me. So when you use the reflexive, you can talk about when someone does something alone, or when you do something for this person. In this case, the subject is the same. In this case, the object is the same than the subject. And you can also use it to be emphatic. I myself have listened to reggaeton. Este último is the emphatic. When we are surprised, or we want to show that this is something very amazing, that the subject did this action. So those are the kinds of reflexive that we have. Okay. Very well. Very well. So we're going to check the next article. Here we have okay, 1 second. We're going to check like the next is the top about nonprofit organizations. Okay, about charities.
In this video, we're going to be talking about the 8 most effective charities in the world today, according to GiveWell.org. GiveWell is a nonprofit organization that evaluates charities based on their effectiveness, track record, transparency, and room for additional funding. Most importantly, they look for charities that are proven to make a massive change in the quality of people's lives. So your donation is guaranteed to make a big difference. Want to drastically change or even save lives? Then these are the charities for you.
I'll leave links in the description below if you'd like to find out more about any of these organizations, including how you can donate to them in the future. Also, please know that every single dollar this video earns will be donated to one of the charities on this list. So, if you'd like to help out for free, simply spread this video around. Okay, starting off, in no particular order, at number 1 we have the Malaria Consortium. The Malaria Consortium primarily works on preventing, controlling, and treating malaria in 12 countries across sub-Saharan Africa and parts of Asia. In 2016, there were 216 million cases of malaria worldwide, resulting in about 445,000 deaths, mostly among children under the age of 5. And while these numbers may seem insurmountable, the good news is that the Malaria Consortium can provide someone with 4 months of seasonal malaria treatment for only $6.93. At number 2, Evidence Action's Deworm the World Initiative. While virtually unheard of in developed countries today, parasitic worm infections are endemic in many of the poorest countries in the world. They interfere with nutrient uptake, which can lead to anemia, malnourishment, and impaired physical and mental development. In fact, infected children are often too sick and tired to concentrate at school or to even attend at all, and more than 836 million children live in areas that leave them at risk of infection. Fortunately, these worms can be eradicated at a very low cost, as little as 40 cents per child, depending on the location. The Deworm the World Initiative works with government-run, school-based programs in order to provide and distribute drugs that quickly kill these parasites. The next charity, at number 3, is Helen Keller International, specifically their Vitamin A program. Helen Keller International works to reduce malnutrition, blindness, and poor vision caused by vitamin A deficiency in sub-Saharan Africa. Randomized controlled trials have shown that supplementing with vitamin A can have a profound impact on child mortality rates, as well as many other health issues, all at the cost of only $1.35 per person. At number 4, we have the gold standard, the Against Malaria Foundation. This charity has been on GiveWell's list of top charities since 2012, and here's why. The AMF provides bed nets treated with insecticide for people at risk of contracting malaria. These nets prevent mosquitoes from biting people while they sleep, drastically reducing the spread of malaria. Purchasing and distributing one large, family-sized net costs only about $2 or $3, and it's been estimated that for every $3,500 donated to this charity, 1 life will be saved, while many more will be spared severe illness due to contracting malaria. Number 5, the Schistosomiasis Control Initiative. This charity works with governments in sub-Saharan Africa and Yemen to create or scale up programs that treat schistosomiasis, a disease caused by a parasitic flatworm that spreads through drinking water. Up to 200,000 people die each year from this disease, and it affects an estimated 250 million people worldwide. But once again, there is some good news, as treatment for this disease is relatively inexpensive, costing about 99 cents per person. Our number 6 charity is called Sightsavers. Sightsavers works to prevent avoidable blindness and support those with impaired vision in low and middle income countries. GiveWell, however, focuses on their efforts to treat neglected tropical diseases, specifically their deworming program. Certain parasitic worms can affect one's vision, and Sightsavers has committed to treating these infections as well. Having established a presence in more than 30 countries, they are uniquely positioned to distribute treatments, which cost around 95 cents per person. At number 7, we have the End Fund. The End Fund manages grants, provides technical assistance, and raises funding for controlling and eliminating neglected tropical diseases. Like the 2 previous charities on the list, GiveWell has focused on their deworming initiative and found it to be very effective. At just 81 cents per treatment, the End Fund can provide massive benefits at a very low cost. And finally, at number 8, we have Give Directly. Give Directly is unlike any other charity on this list because they don't fight disease.
Okay, well, so those are some of the organizations. We have another kind of organization in our book. It's kind of peculiar. So we have here the expression prom. Prom is, well, this is like very common in American movies. High school, for example, when they dance, the teenagers, that's for the graduation, right? The graduation from high school. That's called the prom. The prom is la fiesta de graduación de la preparatoria, right? From in the United States. Now, this organization is about guys that don't have, you see, we saw a very important organizations. Well, this organization helps students who don't have money to buy a dress or a tuxedo. This kind of a suit is called tuxedo, es como decimos como un smoking. Okay, so we'll listen to it and we answer these questions.
Prom is a big dance that students in the United States go to in their last 2 years of high school. Girls usually wear beautiful dresses, and boys often wear tuxedos. Prom can be very expensive, and some students can't afford the dresses and tuxedos. 2 high school students, Stephanie Tomasetta and Katie Adams, wanted to change that. Stephanie and Katie's organization, Cinderella's Closet, provides dresses and tuxedos for high school students in New Jersey who don't have enough money for prom clothes. They now have over 1,200 prom dresses. Each year, boys and girls come to shop for dresses and tuxedos. They wear them to prom and then return them. They also get shoes and jewelry. In 2014, over 500 students borrowed clothes for prom. Stephanie and Katie knew how to make the event special. Over 150 volunteers helped with the event. Most of the volunteers were high school students. Some of them were personal shoppers. They helped other teens pick out clothing. Other volunteers gave girls advice on makeup. Cinderella's Closet needs a lot of money for the dresses and tuxedos. For the past several years, Stephanie and Katie have become experts at raising money. One way they raise money is with a fashion show every year. People who attend the fashion show donate money. In 2014, they raised $40,000. It was a special event because teenagers designed and made the outfits for the show. About 40 high school boys and girls modeled the fashions for a big crowd. The audience voted on the best design. People who work in fashion also voted and gave several awards to the student designers. Stephanie and Katie say that Cinderella's Closet isn't just about beautiful clothing. It's about making teenagers feel good about themselves, too.
Very well. Perfect. So here we have the this article. It's we have the next questions. So you tell me about what we read and what we listened. So choose the things that the teenagers do for the Cinderella's Closet. Okay, so you tell me yes or no. They sell dresses and tuxedos to students. They sell the dresses and tuxedos. No, because yes, that's organization that lends the dresses and tuxedos. Ellos prestan los vestidos. They volunteer and help other teens look for dresses.
Yes.
They donate money to the organization. The teenagers. Yes. They design clothes for the fashion show. Don't think so. They model at the fashion show.
No.
Okay, they work in fashion and voted at the fashion show. No. Okay, very well, guys. So thank you for joining us today, this Friday. We have to finish for now. And have a good weekend. Take care. See you